What's up, everyone? Marc, Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. So I saw this article, like, on your iPhone, if you scroll left, the news, stocks, all that pops up. Something popped up and I saw it and the title caught my eye. Now, forgive me for having to use my computer, but Fortune magazine, they make it so you can't print it out. I love filming on my backyard here. So forgive me for having my laptop covering half the screen. So a Harvard genetics professor who only sleeps 6 hours a night and doesn't exercise every day swears 3 habits help reverse his biological age. Now, you guys might have heard of this guy. His name is Dr. David Sinclair. He's had books. He's really popular for this. He's one of the foremost at the forefront, so to speak, of intermittent fasting. He's a huge fan of it, and there's other things he promotes. Now, the reason I want to get into this is I feel that this title is very misleading and can actually hurt people. Anytime I see people discounting the need for sleep is something I don't like. Now, just recently, the American Heart Association put lack of sleep or not enough sleep, meaning less than 7 to 8 hours a night, on its list for making you more likely to die or just have a heart attack. So heart attacks are not good. Lack of sleep leads to lack of performance, increased injury risk, increased risk of crashing and auto accidents. Basically, lacking sleep is really, really bad. So leading with that is not good. I don't like that. Bad, not a good thing. But also, like, not exercising every day. What does that mean? Like, for most people, not exercising means sitting in your cubicle, going home and drinking a 6-pack of beer. I think we should promote some activity every day. However, let's go over his 3 habits. Let's go over these and see if they actually will help. Let's say that the title is whatever, and we are going to get 8 hours of sleep. We are going to exercise, do something, whether it's weightlifting, cardio, swimming, parking further away from the front door at Walmart to get your groceries. Again, most people don't do anything. Alan Roberts shared with me an article or a study that showed that the average American eats 3,700 calories a day. 3,700 calories. I guarantee you most of those people, their BMR is probably around 13 to 1,400. People are just fat and lazy. So anytime we promote fat and laziness for quick fixes, I'm not a fan. But anyway, Sinclair's a smart guy. He's a Harvard-educated individual, and I have found that lately Harvard-educated or Ivy League people are not the brightest. They're kind of cult members. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about my bonus hole, and let's go into this. So Harvard genetics professor who only sleeps 6 hours a night and doesn't exercise every day swears 3 habits help reverse his biological age by a decade. This is fascinating. She's a 54-year-old professor in the Department of Genetics and co-director of the Paul F. Glenn Center for Biology of Aging Research at Harvard Medical School. He doesn't exercise every day, nor does he sleep more than 6 hours a night, blah, blah, blah. And standard guidelines do recommend between 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night and 150 minutes of moderate intensity each week. So he is 10 years younger than his biological age. Your biological age is what your body is. See, for example, like, let me close this and talk. Like, let me go off script here. So, for example, like, at one time, my brother-in-law was dating an older woman, like 20 years his elder. And it was fine. I'm all for that. I love it. And his mother had grandparents, right? So the parents of the girlfriend, right, were the same age as the grandparents of him. So, put in perspective, his grandparents, or my wife's grandparents, because it's her brother, were in terrible shape. They didn't exercise, overweight, diabetic. However, the woman he was dating, her parents, they lived in this beautiful house in the hills of Santa Barbara. He was really successful in his career, but every day he'd go to the gym. I remember back in the day him talking about the benefits of super slow training was hot for older folks at the time. They'd go to the fitness club every day, go swimming, go on hikes. And it was like talking to a 20-year-old. This guy was smart as a whip. And if you put him now, I'd hate to say this, kind of like watching Joe Biden as he goes deeper into dementia. And then you see Trump, who has, look, man, I'm not a Trump guy. If I piss people off for not being a Trump guy, or if you mention his name, I'm sorry. But no one can deny Trump seems to be getting sharper as he gets older. Biden, that dude, like, come on, Democrat friends. I'm not a Democrat nor am I a Republican. I'm a libertarian, so you don't have to worry about me ever winning a race. But here's the deal, like, he's just as sharp, if not sharper than he was 10 years ago. Biden has obviously biologically aged much worse. Whether that's genetics, lifestyle, I don't know. Maybe he got into Hunter's crack pipe. I don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, you can tell, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Biological age is how old your mind and body are, as opposed to how old numerically you are. I would say that my biological age, my organs are in great health. Everything. I don't think I'm 42 biologically. I think I'm probably in my 30s. I might be 5 years younger biologically than I am actually numerically. So with that said, that's my definition of biological age, okay? I think a lot of us think that when you're in your 20s, you're impervious to aging and illness. And what we know is that epigenetic clock starts ticking from birth. And what we see in our 20s does affect our longevity. Absolutely. Absolutely. I always say the analogy, like your heart is like a transmission on a car. You can only go so many miles. So if you take those miles off your car early in life from drinking, from being unhealthy, from being obese, you can reverse it somewhat. At the end of the day, there's damage that's done, whether it's your kidneys, your liver, whatever it is. Like you're building scar tissue, like stuff's going to happen. So the decisions you make in your teens and your 20s, that's going to affect your biological age, your epigenetic age, right? So biological age must representation, health status, then birthday candles. Sinclair, he's right. Birthday candles don't tell you how well you've been living. Certainly don't tell you how many years you got left. He believed that we'll one day be able to turn ourselves back to 20 years. I know Sinclair said in a podcast that we will have in our lifetime the first 150-year-old person living. And I'm not doubting him. I think we do have the technology and the research and a ton of HGH. Just kidding. The outright bar was created for my kids. My kids need a snack to eat during soccer tournaments. And also, I wanted a bar for myself to eat pre-workout, post-workout, and also throughout the day. You want your outright bars right now. That's why we have a partnership going with the Vitamin Shop to make sure that we're in all 750 plus locations, providing the best price, the best service, the best people to give you the outright bar when and where you need it. I don't see any reason why that won't be possible. It's just a matter of when. So here's his secrets. One is taking resveratrol. Now we do have resveratrol in nectar, I believe. Ambrosia nectar. Resveratrol is a great ingredient. He takes it in supplement form, but it can be found in berries, peanuts, and red wine. The polyphenols, antioxidant properties help strengthen the gut microbiome, decrease the risk of tissue damage, and improve mood and increase heart strength. He takes it as a supplement, blah, blah, blah. The Cleveland Clinic says you're more likely to benefit from whole food sources, but yeah, go ahead and drink red wine all day and eat grapes. I don't know. Just take your supplement, take your ambrosia, take a scoop of ambrosia nectar every day. Come on, whatever. Or take resveratrol. That's a fine thing. Skipping breakfast. Now so we used to think, I remember seeing a documentary on the Health Channel that there was this guy and this woman, and they were purposely undereating 1,200 calories a day because it increases your lifespan. I remember in that show, he said, man, if we find out this does increase my lifespan, I'm going to be pissed off because I missed out on some good meals to live longer. My opinion is, what's the point of living if your life sucks, right? Some people like skipping breakfast. I know my business partner, Mike, she likes it. So he likes intermittent fast, waiting between 16 and 18 hours between large meals. Blah, blah, blah. So basically you have a late lunch or a large dinner, and you can think of it OMAD, maybe 2 meals a day. Research shows intermittent fasting may lower the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and dementia. Some studies show it does absolutely nothing. We know it does nothing for fat loss other than potentially in some people lowering their caloric intake. Intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating has shown no benefit in fat loss, and it actually does have deleterious effects in some hormones like testosterone and your thyroid hormones. So fasting is not for everyone. It can pose a health risk. Thank you, Dr. Sinclair. Not to mention trigger those who struggle with eating disorders, disordered eating. I like what he did here. So notice I'm kind of pointing out the bad, but I'm a Sinclair fan. I think he's done a lot for supplements and their use in preventing disease and promoting health. Avoiding sugar. Now Sinclair is a plant-based diet guy. He doesn't eat meat. His typical dinner consists of rice, almonds, and couscous. Now, I'm not saying this look, I'm a bodybuilder. I have too much muscle. I understand my metabolic health, my metabolic age, or my biological age, whatever. It might be impacted by the fact I have too much muscle and I'll die earlier, but this is how I want to live. Dr. Sinclair is really friggin' small. Like the dude's fucking tiny. He has no muscle. Cause he eats like a cow. He eats like really, really girl foods, man. No offense. But like, come on, couscous, almonds, and rice. Yeah, not much protein in that. He's off of dairy and alcohol. Not having alcohol, life hack. It's an absolute life hack. Don't drink ever. If you do drink, make it very rarely on occasion to celebrate things. Obviously, it will help his epigenetic age or his biological age quite significantly. Plant-based diet is associated with health benefits such as lowering risk of diabetes, dementia, obesity, and high blood pressure. Plant-based foods also help lower the chance of cardiovascular disease. So I would say that most of that would probably be due to fiber. Fiber is a superfood. It's been shown that adding, I believe it is 20 grams of fiber reduces your overall risk of morbidity or dying by 10%. That's basically all-cause death. Eat more fiber. And I mean, okay, the carnivores will get mad at me, but the data is pretty clear. I mean, not clear, but it indicates that keeping your saturated fat like in a respectable lower level and keeping your healthy fats for your monounsaturates and your DHA, EPA higher is advantageous to overall health. But again, like if you don't believe me on that, that's fine. Eat what you want to eat. I'm just saying what the data, how data is up for interpretation. I interpret data like, okay, you might want to pay attention to your LDL, HDL, and all those other things. There's other measurements as well that we don't pay enough attention to. When I switched this diet, I got my memory back as well. I was unable to remember phone numbers and key codes easily. Now it's simple. Now I got my 20-year-old brain back. I thought it was just old age, but it wasn't. It was my lifestyle. So overall, Dr. David Sinclair, bravo, bravo, great piece. The only thing I'd say about this article is, look, man, when I tell people that I had a bad night's sleep because I had to work or I was traveling, I always say don't do this. Look, shit happens. I remember one time when I was working for Insta, remember Sly Stallone's company, those jerks at the board, Gertner, they were like, what was the name of that thing? Yeah, I think it was them. But they're like, yeah, we need this report by 7 a.m. It was like 8 p.m. And we worked through the night and got that done, right? And I didn't sleep one wink. I was living on coffee and pre-workout and all that stuff. And I still got fired from the company. That wasn't good, but you guys work real jobs. You know, things happen. The other night I had to prepare a presentation for a board meeting for the board I'm on, you know, and I'm like, okay, sounds great. So I stayed up and I only got 5 hours of sleep. Last night I had a client late. I had to wake up early and I only got 6.5 hours of sleep. Not enough. But I try to get 7 to 9. I try to get that. I try my best to get that. And we should never make it sound like not getting enough sleep is a good thing. Sleep is probably the most important thing you do. I mean, outside, like, obviously you have to eat, make wise food choices. Don't be fat. Exercise hard. Exercise 150 minutes a week, albeit, or whatever it is. You know, do your exercise. Do something active daily. Take more steps. Get some sunlight, 15 minutes of exposed sunlight a day, whatever it is. I get that. Those are behaviors, but you need and hydrate. Obviously, don't be dehydrated. That leads to a bunch of other effects. But I don't like when people say, "Oh, I don't sleep." Look, man, you got to sleep. Sleep. All right. That's it. Anyway, good article. I'm going to link it down below. Thank you guys for watching. And again, like supplements, ambrosia nectar, nattokinase. You've heard me talk a lot about it. We carry Now Foods nattokinase on tigerfitness.com, health supplements. And if you're looking for an all-in-one multivitamin, I have an ad at the end of this video. It's called Immortal. Immortal is the greatest multivitamin pack ever created. It's so much more than a multivitamin. It is a pack. It's $1 a day. You can't beat it. I'll link that down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. Go to Tiger Fitness. I got bills to pay. That's not a game. I used to have to go through dozens of bottles of vitamins, of supplements, just to get what I need. Look, I'm busy. I'm running multiple businesses. I'm coaching. I'm a professional bodybuilder getting ready for my first pro show. I don't have time to sit there and do all that. I gotta go. I'm on the go all the time. That is why I created MTS Nutrition Immortal. Here's how they look. All it takes, this replaces dozens of bottles of supplements. So let me tell you exactly what this has. It has probiotics, greens, liver detox, joint support, cardiovascular support, and the most complete multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement ever created. If you have a busy life or you simply want more time to do the things you love and be able to travel by just taking one simple little pack with you, Immortals for you.